Hi. What is something of worth to you? Does your car have some worth? What about your house? What is that worth to you? Maybe your jewelry is worth something to you. Now these are just material things, but I'm sure you have family or friends who are worth a lot to you. We call these things and people who have worth to us worthwhile, which means they are worth our time and attention. We keep our car in good condition. We take care of our house, and we certainly give a lot to our family and friends. But what about you? What are you worth to you? Do you have a lot of self-worth? Let's say you have to pawn yourself down at a local pawn shop. What kind of price would you command? Would you insist on the highest rate going, or would you be content with the odd change in the cash register? Do you sell for crumbs? When you go to a restaurant and the waiter says, "And what would you have?" Do you say, "Oh, just bring me whatever you have and no one else wants. That'll do for me"? How about friends? Do you actively select your friends, or do you just let other people pick you? When you go out with other people, do you say what you want to do? Or do you just go along with the crowd? If you don't value yourself and don't speak up for yourself, you'll end up getting life's leftovers, and you are worth far too much to let that happen. Now, I've just asked you a lot of questions. If your answer shows that you're not taking life by the horns, what can you do to change this pattern? Well, here are some steps you can take. I know you must be doing a lot of things already, because we've talked about changing negatives to positives, about making time for yourself. We talked about confidence. But if you're not quite there yet, I have some suggestions for you. What do you really love to do? Are you musical? Artistic? Maybe you're great with kids. Think about some of your special skills and talents. Do you know that there isn't one other person in this whole world who has your particular abilities? You are unique. You are here for a reason, because God doesn't ever make mistakes. Well, except when He added calories to His food. If you're not feeling really terrific about yourself, maybe it's because you're not being good to yourself, or you're not putting your thoughts into actions. I'll tell you one thing you really should do. Every week, I do some sort of charity work. I go to a retirement community and teach an exercise class. Or I bring flowers to some people who have just had some surgery. Or I go to a children's home and play with the kids for a while. And what I found is every time that I do something nice for other people, I feel better about myself. It's like collecting little gold bricks and building a house. A house of self-worth. When you go beyond your own life and your own problems and reach out to other people. And if you make times for that, you will notice that people respond in such a positive way when you're helping them and asking for nothing in return. It's one thing to go to your job and you paid for what you do, but it's another thing to do other jobs where there isn't a paycheck. And when those things happen, you say, "Hey, I went and took some time, and I did some grocery shopping for a sick neighbor." Or I babysat for a friend so she could go out to dinner with her husband. Or I visited some people in a convalescent home. And just to see the appreciation in their eyes and their gratitude made me feel all warm and toasty inside. Wow. Maybe I am worthwhile. Maybe I can make a difference. So it's so easy to get wrapped up in our own lives and our own problems, and there's never enough time to do everything for ourselves, let alone anyone else. But when you do reach out, believe me, it will do wonders for the way you feel about yourself. If you could just do one thing for someone every day or once a week, you'd be able to go back to that pawn shop with your head held high and say to the guy, "Hey, do you know what a Stradivarius violin is worth?" Well, it's worth a bundle, let me tell you, because those violins are very rare and special. And I've been doing some thinking, and I reckon since I'm rare and special too, well, I'm worth about the same. as a Stradivarius. So if you give me $2 or $3 million, well, I think that will be fair. So how about you? You are worth it, you know.